10 rarest gemstone jewellery worn by the British royal family. In the British royal vaults lie gems the world was never meant to see. A sapphire the size of a bird's egg, mined from deposits nearly exhausted centuries ago. A topaz once reserved for tsars, glowing with impossible pink fire. And a brooch of opals so luminous they were whispered to predict the future. These aren't ornaments, they are talismans, chosen carefully by monarchs who knew that rare stones carried more than beauty. They carried power. In this video we will discover the 10 rarest gemstone jewellery worn by the British royal family. Australian Wattle Brooch. Few royal jewels capture both nature and nation like the Australian Wattle Brooch. A dazzling spray of golden wattle blossoms, Australia's national flower, sparkles in yellow diamonds, while white brilliants form the delicate tea tree bloom and icy baguettes shimmer like mimosa leaves. Designed by Budapest-born jeweller Paul Schneller and crafted in Melbourne, it is a jewel of astonishing rarity. No other royal brooch combines such a vivid palette of coloured diamonds in one naturalistic form. Its brilliance was said to radiate warmth and resilience, qualities Australians wished upon their young queen. Presented in 1954 as a state gift during the Queen's first tour of Australia, the brooch became a deeply symbolic treasure. She wore it at the Melbourne Banquet Flemington races and even at her official departure from Perth, sealing a bond between monarch and Commonwealth. Over decades it reappeared. Tours in the 60s and 70s, her 60th birthday, Ascot, Christmas broadcasts, and even the wedding of Charles and Camilla. Unlike her maple leaf or fern brooch, the wattle was never loaned, kept as a personal emblem of loyalty. Where is it now? After Elizabeth II's passing, Queen Camilla debuted it for official Australian portraits in 2024, and most recently, she wore it upon landing in Sydney. The question remains, will the wattle brooch now crown a new chapter of royal diplomacy? Aquamarine cocktail ring. Few jewels carry the cinematic allure of Princess Diana's aquamarine ring, an emerald-cut masterpiece framed with solitaire diamonds and set in gleaming 24-carat yellow gold. The aquamarine itself, sourced from Brazil, glows with a rare ocean blue clarity, a gem so scarce that it was once believed to channel the calm of the sea and the courage of sailors. Legends say aquamarine symbolises rebirth and truth, powerful themes for Diana in the years after her divorce. Gifted by her confidant Lucia Flecha de Lima, the stone was transformed by Asprey in 1996 into a bold cocktail ring. Diana wore it memorably, with a striking blue Versace gown at a Sydney gala in 1996, and again at Christie's in 1997, where she celebrated the auction of her famous dresses. Some call it her divorce ring, a jewel of independence that quietly replaced her sapphire engagement ring. After Diana's death, the ring passed to Prince Harry, who entrusted it to Meghan Markle. She first wore it at her Windsor wedding reception in 2018, and has since revived it at glittering global occasions. Today, this aquamarine is more than a jewel. It's a beacon of resilience travelling from Diana's hand to Meghan's, carrying whispers of the woman who first dared to wear it. Crown Ruby Brooch. A jewel of fire and legend, the Crown Ruby Brooch is one of the most dramatic treasures in the British royal vaults. At its heart lies a large oval Burmese ruby of intense pigeon blood red, its rarity heightened by extraordinary clarity and depth of colour, encircled by brilliant diamonds. Beneath it drops a pear-shaped ruby pendant, said to carry protective power and symbolise passion, vitality and courage, qualities long associated with rubies in royal folklore. Its story, however, remains tangled in mystery. Some trace it to Queen Victoria's opal parure from Garrard in 1854, later transformed when Queen Alexandra replaced the unlucky opals with rubies gifted by the ruler of Nepal. Yet portraits suggest Victoria herself wore a ruby brooch of near-identical design decades earlier, sparking theories of an even older creation. The brooch became a quiet favourite of Queen Mary, then Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, who wore it sparingly, for a portrait, a Rhodesian tour, and a Dutch state banquet. It was whispered that she saved it for occasions demanding quiet strength, as rubies were believed to guard the wearer against misfortune. After her passing, Queen Elizabeth II revived the piece, most memorably at Royal Ascot in 2015, and again for the German state banquet. Today, the crown ruby brooch rests in the royal collection, unseen since, but poised for another fiery reappearance. Sapphire diamond ring. In 1981, Diana didn't just accept a ring, she rewrote royal tradition. The jewel was breathtaking, a 12-carat oval Ceylon sapphire, famed for its intense cornflower blue hue, a rarity mined from the ancient deposits of Sri Lanka. True Ceylon sapphires are prized for their exceptional clarity and depth of colour, stones that once adorned emperors and tsars. Encircled by 14 brilliant diamonds and mounted on 18-carat white gold, Gerard's creation carried the brilliance of a crown jewel, yet shockingly, it came from the jeweller's catalogue, not the vaults of Windsor. Why choose it? Perhaps because the sapphire mirrored Diana's unforgettable eyes, or because its design echoed Queen Victoria's beloved 1840 sapphire brooch, a talisman of eternal devotion. For centuries, sapphires have symbolised truth, protection, and wisdom. Qualities Diana seemed to seek in a life suddenly thrust under relentless scrutiny. She wore it at her engagement announcement, at glittering state banquets, and on countless official tours, from Australia to the White House, where the ring became a silent companion to her grace. Even as her marriage fractured, the sapphire endured its brilliance unchanged. Today the ring rests on the hand of Catherine, Princess of Wales, transformed into a modern emblem of continuity, resilience, and quiet power. Behind its sparkle lies more than love, it holds a dynasty's story. Pink topaz necklace. The pink topaz necklace is no ordinary jewel. It is a cascade of rare pink fire, its rectangular topaz centerpiece framed by two sharp diamond points, once fastened by Queen Mary to her hat, or worn as a brooch with a dangling briolette pendant. Soon, the stone was reborn into a magnificent necklace, set within strings of Collet diamonds, radiating an elegance few gems can match. Pink topaz itself is among the rarest in the world, a gemstone once reserved for Russian tsars and Portuguese monarchs, believed to embody both eternal love and divine protection. Its warm, luminous pink was thought to calm tempests of the heart while symbolising royalty's enduring power. When Princess Alice, Duchess of Gloucester, inherited it in 1953, she paired it with the Gloucester honeysuckle tiara, creating an iconic ensemble. The necklace shimmered at the RAF 40th anniversary banquet in 1958, the wedding of Princess Alexandra of Kent in 1963, and even at Covent Garden for the Queen's Silver Jubilee Gala in 1977. Later, the Duchess of Gloucester wore it to royal weddings, state banquets, and glittering portraits by Cecil Beaton. Today, it remains in the Gloucester vaults, still brought out for state banquets, most recently dazzling with Queen Mary's briolette pendant during the South Korean state visit. A necklace that began as a brooch still whispers of transformation, power, and timeless survival. Turquoise necklace. The Pakistani turquoise necklace is unlike anything else in the royal vaults. A two-row cascade of vivid Persian blue turquoise, prized for its flawless colour and rarity, framed with delicate seed pearls and set in gold, it arrived in 1966 as a diplomatic gift from President Ayub Khan of Pakistan to Queen Elizabeth II. Turquoise, a gemstone revered for millennia, is said to symbolise protection, wisdom, and enduring friendship, qualities that lent weight to its presence on a state stage. The Queen first wore it with Queen Mary's lover's knot tiara at a glittering gala, before later redesigning it into a single strand and gifting the matching earrings to Princess Anne. Anne too favoured the necklace, wearing it to the BAFTAS in 1974 and at a 1977 dinner honouring Pakistani organisations. Immortalised in her 1987 portrait, it resurfaced at Royal Ascot in 2007, but where is it now? Perhaps waiting quietly for its next dazzling royal chapter. Pink, orange, sapphire ring. Among the treasures of the British royal family, few rings draw the eye quite like Princess Eugenie's engagement jewel, an extraordinary pink-orange sapphire ablaze with both fire and softness. Set within a floral cluster of brilliant diamonds, the ring is centred on a rare 2+ carat Padparajka sapphire, a gem so scarce that its name comes from the delicate colour of a lotus blossom at sunrise. Padparadscha sapphires are among the rarest in the world, found only in Sri Lanka and Madagascar, their hues symbolising balance. The calm of pink love entwined with the vitality of orange passion. Ancient belief holds that such a stone carries harmony, wisdom, and even protective energy against misfortune. Jack Brooks Bank chose it for Eugenie in 2018, declaring it mirrored her spirit, ever-changing, radiant, and utterly singular. She first revealed it at Buckingham Palace after their engagement and later wore it to her Windsor wedding, where its glow rivaled the stained glass. Recently, the ring resurfaced at Cheltenham in March 2025, dazzling in the spring light. And where is it now? Safely upon Eugenie's hand, yet its story feels unfinished. Might this pink-orange flame one day be passed to a future generation, carrying its secret power into another royal era? Emerald Tassel Parure Bracelet. The Emerald Tassel Parure Bracelet is unlike any jewel in the royal vaults, a bold masterpiece of yellow gold, diamonds, and emeralds cut so vividly green they seem almost lit from within. The bracelet's tassel design gives it movement, each fringe tipped with precious stones that sway like droplets of enchanted rain. Rarely do emeralds of such size, clarity, and uniform colour appear together. Their brilliance is intensified by the crisp sparkle of diamonds. Emeralds have long symbolised rebirth, wisdom, and hidden power. Legends claim they sharpen the mind and protect against deceit, making them a talisman as much as a treasure. When Queen Elizabeth II first wore the suite in 1989 at Claridge's, welcoming Sheikh Zayed of the UAE, its likely giver, it was a diplomatic gesture dressed in green fire. She chose it again for landmark occasions: the G7 dinner in 1991, her Golden Jubilee Gala in Toronto, 2002, and even the state visit of President Obama in 2011. The bracelet, though part of a modern suite, became one of her favourite non-tiara evening jewels, signalling elegance without the weight of history. Today, the bracelet has found new life on Catherine, Princess of Wales, who dazzled in it during the Jamaica tour of 2022. A jewel once signifying royal diplomacy now whispers of generational continuity, its tassels swaying into a new era. Opal Spray Brooch. Among the most radiant treasures in Queen Elizabeth II's collection is the Australian Opal Spray Brooch, a jewel that seems to glow from within. Lesser known, lesser worn but absolutely striking jewel. Designed as a delicate spray of golden leaves and blossoms, it is set with luminous white opals and framed with diamonds, each stone shimmering like trapped fire. Opals of this size and quality are extraordinarily rare, prized not only for their kaleidoscopic play of colour, but also for the symbolism they carry: purity, hope, and truth. In folklore, opals were even believed to harness the power of prophecy. No wonder a sovereign might choose it to mark occasions of unity. Gifted to Princess Elizabeth in 1947 by the returned sailors, soldiers, and Airmen's Imperial League of Australia as a wedding present, the brooch carried deep ties to the Commonwealth. She wore it at the Commonwealth Day service in 2016, its Australian motif echoing her lifelong role as head of the Commonwealth. Earlier in her reign, it also appeared during state receptions with Australian dignitaries, a subtle diplomatic nod. Today the brooch remains in the royal collection, quietly waiting. Will another queen bring its fiery opals back into the spotlight? Amethyst Diamond Necklace. Few jewels capture quiet majesty like the Duchess of Cornwall's amethyst and diamond necklace. Crafted in a fringe of glowing violet amethysts, each stone set in gold and lit by delicate diamonds, it radiates a refined elegance rather than grandeur. The fringe is finished with gold starburst spaces, a design that hints at 19th century craftsmanship, where amethysts symbolised clarity of mind and royal power over emotion. Amethysts, though found worldwide of this size and saturated purple hue, are exceptionally rare. For centuries they were prized as the gem of bishops and queens, believed to calm passion and sharpen wisdom, a fitting talisman for Camilla, who began wearing the piece in 2005 at a Prince's Trust Gala, pairing it with velvet in regal purple. She repeated it at the Royal Variety Performance, 2006. The Other Berlin Girl Premiere, 2008, and Prague Castle's Banquet, 2010. She also chose a different amethyst jewel, a sautoir with rows of pearls, during a state visit to Qatar in 2007, a deliberate symbol of recovery after battling pneumonia, aligning amethyst's ancient reputation as a stone of healing with her own resilience. Curiously, the necklace has not reappeared since, resting perhaps in her vaults, awaiting a return under chandelier light. Could it be revived now that Camilla is queen? That remains the mystery. Thank you for watching. Once again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more sparkling stories. We would love to know your thoughts on which rare gem jewellery was your favourite and why.